doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to RNK Musings. Oh yes. We're talking about making choices, or at least I'm talking about making choices. I'm Rosemary Nonny Knight, just in case you didn't know. I'm talking about making choices, and the information for today is I am powerful, I believe. Okay, so I believe I'm powerful, or whichever way you like to look at it. But I just remember I was kind of doing my quiet time, looking through stuff. Actually, I've been awake since about 2 o'clock this morning. And there's just been stuff going through my mind. There's some tense periods in my business at the moment, and my life generally. And in some ways, I suddenly realized that I was relinquishing some responsibility for some of the choices that have been made. Okay, so leaving it to other people or whatever to make a choice for me. And I've done that in the past before, but sometimes you don't always see when you're doing the same thing again and again. And it was like, I had to be woken up at 2 o'clock in the morning for me to have a clear enough mind to see that, you know what, at times you're making choices based on a powerless state. When you get into a place where you feel powerless to change something, and so then you feel as if you have no choice but to go along with the way things are working out in the way that they are, when really you always have a choice. And I know this, but there are times when I need a reminder, and definitely this morning I felt like Spirit was reminding me that I always have a choice. Okay, and I was going through a phase this morning, kind of going over some of my past history. It was kind of being brought to mind, which helped me see where some of these roots were coming from. Okay. And that made me kind of pay a bit more attention, okay? Pay attention to where some of these childhood roots were, like where I saw my parents acting in a certain victim-y kind of way, which I'd taken on board as normal. And you may need to do that internal work, okay? Where if there's any situation in your life right now where you feel powerless to change it, it could even be that you are on a path, like I've made the decision to leave my pharmacy, to leave being a pharmacist to become a business owner. That took me a while to make that decision. And that might be for you as well, where you're in situations you feel that you cannot change it. Any area, can I say this? Any area of your life whatsoever, any area where you feel helpless to change it or powerless to change it, it is a lie. It is a lie. You may believe the lie, you may completely believe the lie, but it's still a lie. And I suppose what I'm trying to do right here is join with me in these musings around the fact that, you know what, we always have choice. We always have a choice to make. It may not be a choice we want to make, but we always have a choice to make. Ways that people can make choices which are not helpful. But before we do that, let's sing the affirmation. Nope, I was going to do it in a different key. Let's see. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am powerful. I believe. Now there are certain chords on this guitar. I have to look at my guitar in order to actually play them. The bar chords, like, okay, where are my hands going? Let's do that again anyway. I am powerful. I am powerful. Crashed. Oh no, it seems I'm here. Am I still here? The whole thing just suddenly crashed and all I could see was my stuck face. I don't know, did it get stuck for you guys? I don't know. Anyway, so you are powerful, okay? So I want you to take that into your day today. Today feels like Monday to me because we had a bank holiday yesterday, and so it felt, yesterday was still the weekend, so today feels like the beginning of a new week, but it's actually Tuesday, so it feels really odd. But anyway, one thing here, something that people, and this is something that I used to do pre-children. I don't really do it anymore because I'm very responsive around the decisions that I make right now, except when, you know, there's certain things that I haven't experienced before and I suddenly realize that I'm going back into old ways. But this is it. Number one thing that I wanted to mention here is that you don't need every single person on the planet's opinion in order for you to make a decision or in order for you to make a choice. Sometimes we get into this mindset where it's like, oh, and you might even use the Bible as, or you might use your spiritual text. Oh, you know, I need where 2 or 3 witnesses or something, you know, then I can definitely make a choice. So let me just go and find this person's opinion and let me find the other person's opinion. And, oh, what do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? Oh, let me just ask this, oh, let me ask my coach. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me do the other. Because I used to, I don't really work with those people anymore. I used to have clients who wouldn't make any choices unless they got my opinion on it. And it was like, you know, you can make a choice without me, basically. But it's like sometimes we get into this headspace where it almost feels like if I get everybody else to make the choice for me or get everybody else's opinion, then somehow I can blame them if it goes wrong. And people do actually do that. They actually will go around asking every single person for their opinion, do what they intended to do in the first place anyway, but then if it goes wrong, blame all the people that said that they could do that. Are you that person that does that at times? Are you trying to relinquish your responsibility for making any choices by asking everybody else for their opinion, telling yourself that it's wise? It is wise that I get all of these opinions in this way, because if I get all of these opinions, then I can make a sure decision. No, what you're trying to do is not make the decision yourself. Okay? Now, you may not be that person that goes around blaming everyone when it goes wrong, but there will be an element of resentment, if you're honest. Because there's going to be a part of you that thinks, why didn't they tell me to do it differently? Possibly because they didn't know any better than you did. And you somehow trusted them with the choice, basically. And it's like we have to take full responsibility for every aspect of our life. Every aspect of our life. If there's, again, I will say again, if there's any area of your life where you feel it's powerless, you are powerless to change it, it's a lie. It's a lie. It's like I was reading, I've read the Viktor Frankl book about him being in the concentration camp and everything. And you know, even there, yes, they took away lots of his freedoms, they took away lots of stuff, but he still chose to take control of his mind, what he chose to think, what he chose to believe about his circumstances so that he would survive it, rather than allowing them to take freedom of choice away from him or freedom of mind. So you know what, whatever situation you're in, whenever you feel powerless, yes, there's certain things you can't do anything about, okay? So I'm not saying that we have some kind of overall control of everybody else on the planet. No, we don't. We can't control anybody else. However, we get to choose for how we react. But even before, sometimes people wait until something is really bad before they make a choice, okay? Don't wait. We all have the foresight, we have the wisdom to realize when something is going a bit pear-shaped. Why not choose ahead of time before there's all the pressure on you? And you don't need every single person's opinion. And we women particularly, we're quite like this, isn't it? We want all our friends to agree with us, blah, 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 blah. So you go looking for all your friends' opinions about anything, and anybody doesn't quite agree with you, you just kind of gloss over their opinion anyway and still do what you actually intended to do on the inside if you're completely honest. It's like I used to go through a phase where I asked my husband and everybody else what I needed to do. But really, I'd already made a decision what I was going to do. And if anything, if he said the opposite, then I'm going to do the opposite. And then I tell myself I'm being all rebellious. I'm just going to do my own thing. But really, I was trying to give away my power. I was giving away my power. Okay? Thankfully, I haven't done that in a very, very long time. But maybe you're still doing it. Where you are giving away your power. Trying to get everybody's opinion. You go into Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups or whatever, and you're asking everyone, what should I do? What should I not do? Oh, could this work? Could this not work? I don't know. What should I do? What do you think I should do? It's like how nobody knows your situation as well as you do. And nobody knows you as well as you do. You are the one that has to make the choice. So no, you don't want to go around getting everybody's opinion up and down, because it is a form of passivity. And you know what? And it's also a form of victimhood, okay? Whenever you don't make choices for your own life and you just allow things to happen to you, that is passivity, that is victimy, and victims don't win. And honey, we're in this to win, right? We're in this to win. So I know there are times when you have to make choices about things that you don't know much about, and yet you still get to make the choice. Let's sing this affirmation again. I am powerful. I am powerful. that people give up their power when it comes to making choices, particularly spiritual people or religious people, it's to blame God. Or it's, oh, well, I don't think God said to do that yet. Or, well, I did just follow along with what God said, and now it's all gone pear-shaped, so it's not my fault, it must be God, and this and that and the other. Or you just don't make any choices at all because you're waiting for the voice from the heavens. Usually that's the way. It's actually you don't make any choices whatsoever. Except... Well, actually, no, it goes both ways, because sometimes people use God as a reason to be horrible to other people, and sometimes people use God as a reason not to do anything, and it's like, no, honey. You're a co-creator. You are co-creator with spirit, with the universe, with whatever. No one is going to force you to do anything. Suggestions can be made, but when it comes down to it, guess what? You have enough wisdom to make a decision about your life going forward. You cannot relinquish responsibility as an adult, even to God. Okay? Even to God. Okay? That's not the way it works. You can't pick and choose when it feels convenient. Oh yeah, that was what Spirit said to do. And oh no, that was not. And no, that's just you're giving away your power again. You are created a powerful being. With brains to boot. Yes, maybe definitely get divine guidance, but it's guidance. You are the one that makes the choice in the end. And if it turns out good or bad, you make a choice in the end. Yeah, you get to choose as well to believe that everything works out for your good in the end. Which means that you don't need to sit on the fence waiting for the voice from heaven before you move. Especially people who want to live out their calling. You kind of have to make the decision to move your awesome butt. If you want to make money at the same time as live out your calling, it's a choice. It's a deliberate choice. And in fact, that's one of the reasons I'm putting on Side Hustler on Mission for people who are making that choice. And it's starting later on today. So frankly, you need to join in if that is definitely a choice to make. Ooh, can I type? Is this going to crash on me? Basically. But it is a choice to make, okay? Side Hustler on Mission is definitely a program that will help you choose what you need to be doing. Because some people tell me, oh, they don't know what business to start. They don't know if they're cut out for it. They kind of give into doubt, ultimately. And whilst you continue to give into doubt and continue to tell yourself that you don't know and you're praying for guidance, but then you're not actually moving your feet, you'll never know. Okay? You can make a good decision with the information you have today. You can make a decision based on the information you have today. You can also then make a different decision tomorrow based on the result of what choice you made today. That's the thing. Sometimes people think that you make one choice and that's it forever. No, that was the way we were trained at school, thinking that you had to be in one career for the rest of your life. That's not necessarily true unless you make it so. You get a choice over every area of your life. If there's any part of your life that you are not happy with, you don't have to stick with it. You don't have to stick with it, okay? And unless you're incarcerated somewhere, you really don't have to stick with anything. Literally. Literally you don't, okay? And if you are, so this is it. There's nothing you can say that you can tell me that, oh, well, I had no choice. No, you always have a choice. You may not like the choices you have, but you always have a choice. By not making a choice, however, you're also making a choice, but it's a weak one. Because you're kind of allowing circumstances to decide for you what you do next. And sometimes people do that when it comes to, living out the call on their life and making money from it. Oh, well, I can't do that. So I'll wait until I feel really, really depressed and then I'll go on drugs or something for the rest of my life and pretend that it's all about being mindful. So something along those lines, I'm sorry, but it's like, seriously, no, you just refuse to make a choice. Sometimes, yes, the choice is hard. Sometimes it feels scary because you've never done it before. I get that. But then at the same time, the choice is always yours. And it has nothing, you know what, Spirit can give you guidance, but you are the one that makes the choice as to whether go along with that or not. You cannot then turn around and say, but I just followed along with what I thought Spirit said. No, you are not powerless. You are not powerless in any situation. You're not, okay? You get to choose. I've had to learn this over and over again because it can be so easy to have that subtle That's subtle helplessness. Oh, I'm just waiting for God to do a miracle for me. I'll do a little bit over here, but, I won't go too far out of my comfort zone because, I'm waiting for the miracle. I want to wait till God proves himself strong and this and that and the other. No, that's weakness, honey. That is you giving into a powerless state and telling yourself that you are waiting on God. No, it's not the truth. You are not you're not pulling out all the stops on your part. In some ways, you almost have to act as if there is no spirit. And then, you know what? If the miracles happen on the path, great. But you don't sit around waiting for some kind of miracle to happen. No, miracles don't happen just because you're sitting there waiting. They happen on the journey. You do all you need to do with no expectations. Like I was writing about this morning, actually, that spirit isn't some, or universe or whatever, isn't some fairy godmother, wave wand and sort all your problems out. 2 seconds fly, like Cinderella. Oh yes, if I cry long enough, the fairy godmother will come and wave a wand and I'll have a beautiful dress and I'll go to the ball. Please. That is a fairy tale. That is not real life, okay? In real life, you make serious decisions about where you want your life to go, okay? If there are to be miracles, they're on the journey. They're on the journey. Let's sing this affirmation again, and then I'll talk about the last thing here. Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am powerful. I believe. I'm even actually struck by the irony here is that some people could actually just start singing the affirmations and thinking that that's going to be enough, but it's not, okay? I sing the affirmations to remind you of what you're capable of. I don't sing the affirmations hoping that you're just going to sing them and then just do nothing. If all you're doing is singing affirmations, then no, I promise you I'm not just singing affirmations. I don't expect that singing affirmations alone is going to solve all my problems. No, it will change the way I see and do things. It will keep me open to the fact that there are other ways of looking at life, but that's not enough. I actually have to take action. It is the work that always works. It isn't the wishing and praying and affirming alone that works, okay? That elevates your thinking. It helps you to see that there's a different way because you come out of that place of fear, basically, and so you're able to think a bit more in an expanded manner. So please don't think that just because I'm singing affirmations, you just need to sing a few affirmations and everything will be fine. No. I do it so that you can start to lift yourself out of a place of fear and constriction so you feel a bit more creative, a bit more expanded, you can make different decisions, okay? Okay, and the third thing I wanted to mention here was don't choose only what seems possible or reasonable. We have all been trained, all of us. So if you went through school at all or you had parents at all, which everybody does, the chances are that they were trying to keep you safe. They were trying to tell you that, look here, there's only certain things you can do. So you need to make a choice from this limited array of choices. Like for me, I had a limited array of choices for a career. I was told that I could either be a pharmacist, a doctor, an accountant, or a lawyer. That was kind of it. Those were my choices. But actually, there's a heck of a lot more choices in the world, but I made a choice based on those 4, and I chose to be a pharmacist. But this is the thing. The soul, the spirit of the human being wants to expand. You know there's more choices, and if you make a choice based on just the what you think is possible for you right now, or what was possible for you when you were 16, or according to what your teachers told you or your career advice person told you, oh well, you're not good at the sciences, so you can't be this. Or, oh no, it's too expensive for you to go and study this, so you can't study that. Why don't you choose from these limited choices, even though there's a part of your soul that wants to do something completely different, but you thought, I better be reasonable. And maybe you're still making that choice even now. People have already said to me, many occasions, even when I wanted to start business, why are you doing that? You're a pharmacist. Why do you need to do that? And the truth is, I didn't need to do it. I wanted to do it. Okay? Because I'd already made so many choices based on what I thought was my limited ability to have things. I had made, my whole life had been built around limitation and lack. And at some point, the spirit inside of me said, oh, I cannot continue to do this. I am born for more. I'm born for more, and it takes courage for you to really own the fact that you are born for more, because yes, everywhere around you, there will look like there's limitation. I'm not saying you can jump off a building and gravity is not going to work for you because, oh, you know, you decided you're unlimited. No. But I am saying that you have more choice than you realize, and you cannot make a choice based on limitation or on the limited choices that others tell you, or even you tell you, because you don't have enough experience to tell yourself that that's all, this is all I can have. You see somebody doing something you really would like to do, but oh, well, it's all right for them. I can't do that. You know, I have these responsibilities. I have this to do. And, you know, I trained for so long to be this career, so I have to stick with it now. And I've had people do that. Oh, you know, no. We spend so much money getting me to this point. I cannot change. And so every day they're waking up feeling as if they're dying a little more because they keep making the same decision from a place of limitation. Don't be that person. Don't be someone who continues to tell yourself it's impossible to do something different. Don't die with your music still inside of you. Come on, there's always a way. First and foremost, though, decide that you're going to do it. Decide that this is what you want, that this expanded, you don't even know how you're going to get there, choice is what you're making. Yeah, you don't have to decide based on, oh, how am I going to do that? Can I do that? No, you don't make a choice based on the process. Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? Can I do it? No, you make a choice based on the vision, on your purpose, on your calling. You decide, I am going to go after my calling. I have no idea how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to do it. You make that choice first, and then you start to look for open doors. But you make the choice first, regardless of how unreasonable it may seem, regardless of how deluded you may seem when you make the choice originally. You just decide, come on. Because for most of y'all, you've lived the wrong life for so long now. It's like, don't you feel just fed up of it? Come on. You are more powerful than that. I had to come to that conclusion myself, where it's like, it doesn't matter that I'm a pharmacist. I don't want to be a pharmacist anymore. So therefore I have to find a different way. And so I did. Because I decided I was powerful enough to do it. I still have my weak moments. I'm not going to pretend to be some kind of perfect person that always gets it right. But the thing that I'm realizing now is this. Whenever I feel powerless to make a decision, it's never the truth. And in fact, that is a call to go make that decision. To look at the situation with my eyes wide open, no matter how afraid it may make me, and choose from my vision. What is it that I choose to do next? Not based on the fear, not based on the circumstances around me, but instead, I look at Project 334K. What is the best choice that gets me to my vision? What gets me to my vision? Because that's all that matters. It doesn't matter about the temporary craziness happening. It doesn't matter about the circumstances. It doesn't matter about whether people think that it's impossible for me to do it or not do it. It doesn't matter. What matters is what I choose next. Do I choose to be powerful, or do I choose to be powerless? Do you choose to be powerful, or do you choose to be powerless? Because it's a choice. They may have told you in school, at home, that there was only a limited amount of choices you could make. It's not the truth. It's not the truth. What do you want? Make a choice based on that. Let's sing this affirmation and bring this to a close. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am powerful. I believe I am powerful. I am powerful. I am powerful. Okay, and yes, a final invitation to you to join me for Side Hustler on Mission. If you are a spiritual person with a desire to actually live out the call on your life and figure out how to monetize it, then join me for Side Hustler on Mission, okay? You don't need to quit every single thing out there in order for you to actually do this. You just need to make a decision that you are actually going to build this highly successful business regardless of what anybody tells you is possible. In fact, regardless of what you've even thought to date is possible. You make that decision first. You come join me for Side Hustler on Mission, and I will give you options so that you can make the decision to move forward. I'll give you the step-by-step as well to build a successful business. I'll tell you how to think in order to build a successful business. Okay, you don't have to listen to me completely, because that's not the idea here, that you completely dependent on me. But this is it. There are certain things you don't know that I do know, okay? There are certain things that I've exposed myself to as a result of the choices that I made to finally stop living from my circumstances and finally stop living from my limitations and choose to actually live to my vision. So there's certain stuff that I know that you don't know yet, because for whatever reason up to today, you have been making a decision based on what you thought you had to. But now you know better, okay? When you know better, you do better, right? Join me for Side Hustler on Mission so that you're not continually making the same choices that are not getting you where you want to go. So the doors close, well, the doors don't close, the price just goes up. The price goes up at about 10 a.m. Eastern, which is about 3 p.m. UK. So you have till then to join in at this current investment level. Okay, so pop over to rosemarynonnynight.com/side hustler. Depending on when you're listening to this, it may be late. And also, I'm doing something really cool where you get my next program, which is Release to Be Rich. That is coming out and it's going to be happening it's going to start on next Tuesday, but I'll tell you all about that later. But for right now, you can get it, and I can just assume it's a day one discount type thing, because you'll get in. If you join in Side Hustler on Mission, you'll also get that program as part of it, okay? And we'll get on the phone a week on Saturday, okay? And so I can actually give you specific guidance on the phone. So I'm quite looking forward to that. It's going to be an audio training plus a phone, actual live workshop-y type thing. Okay, so on that note, my honeys, go join in Side Hustler on Mission till 3 o'clock tonight. It's rosemarynonnynight.com/side hustler. Side hustler, that's it. Go join in. You are powerful. Please take that into your day and remember to make choices from a powerful state. Until the next time, it's time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you were born to live. This has been RNK Musings. Until the next time, much love. Bye.